Rob, just kind of how are you processing things as your first training camp is just a day away here, and you're just getting settled in with everything as a professional here?
Just trying to learn from everybody, learn from coaches, teammates, be the best like positive player I can be. Really just learning every day and taking it day by day. So trying to fit into the teams, uh, everything, and yeah.
I know you've been here for a minute, kind of working out and playing with the guys a little bit. What's your first impressions of just how those have been, and what's it been like to hoop with these guys?
It's crazy. It's so much talent on the team. Everybody's good. So it's really what you bring to the table in your position. So uh, really, it's just amazing learning from everybody, seeing everyone's confidence, different things they do, and then like just the physical game. Like it's just a different game. So also learning a new game. Sometimes it's hard, but also it's just fun because everything has been easier. So I feel like playing with way harder players is a new type of game to learn.
And how do you kind of shape your expectations for early on in this season in terms of role, and what are you hoping kind of transpires for you on the court in games?
I say really just no expectation. I feel like just coming in and doing what I can do in whatever time I'm given. I feel like a lot of situations of superstars don't go the way they seem. So really, I'm just looking at it at all angles. No matter how it goes, I just want to take it day by day and keep getting better and add to whatever the team needs me to do.
You come into the NBA, you know it's professional, it's a business, but like when something like what happens on Friday happens, is that kind of like an eye opener of like, oh, this is how things can go?
What you mean? What was that?
With the trade with Carl and like
Oh,
just kind of the
oh,
big
oh.
shakeup. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. I try not to look on other people's situations. It's crazy for sure, but yeah, definitely is an eye opener that anything can happen.
Coach Finch talked a lot about how, but especially for like guys coming in like you, it's like they know what you're good at and just focusing on what you're good at. Like, what are the things that you can lean upon in your game just from like day one here as you get going?
Really just playmaking for the team, being my defender, helping speed the game up, uh, just being a pest on ball to defense, and just doing whatever I can, but mostly playmaking. I feel like getting open shots, hitting, knocking down open shots, that'll be what's best for me because I feel like that's what I can do to help the team. So that and playing way better defense, and for sure.
Rob, Mike spoke a little bit about just giving you some advice. I wonder if you could just speak on how that relationship is as a backup with a veteran starter.
Uh, it's a blessing. A lot of people, you never know who your vet might be. So I feel like it's a blessing to have Mike Conley. He's a great dude all around, and so like it's even better when you're learning from a great person. So I feel like Mike gives me a bunch of tips because he came in smaller guard, and he made his way, and he's 18 years in. So really just learning from him and soaking everything up is you should want to do that because it's Mike Conley and he's done it. So it's definitely great for sure.
Rob, you mentioned working on the defense or intention on the defensive side of the floor. What are you already good at on the defensive side of the floor, and what is it that you're that you need to add or work on that side?
I feel like I'm good at being quick and beating people to the spot and just forcing players to my help defense. With our team, I got a bunch of players that play defense around me, so it helps me a lot. I'm not always great at it, but I need to add just like strength, and I feel like once I add strength, it'll be easier for me to play defense, but I'm not terrible. I've been working straight on defense and just getting to my spot. It's not about stopping a dude. It's just about making it as hard as I can, so that's what I've been trying to do.
Rob, we see athletes of Samoan descent in football and pro wrestling. How do you take your role as a role model to athletes out there of Samoan descent?
I take it deeply for sure because my mom, she's Samoan. I know we got a big family, so a lot of Samoans, they just all about family. So it's just a blessing to even be able to be a role model for a lot of people of that descent and of our descent. Just I feel like it's a blessing for sure. So really just helping them is great.
What can we look forward to as far as playmaking? Obviously, Coach Finch talked about he's excited about, you and Rudy getting that connection with the lob. What can we expect from you as a playmaker and just kind of finding your way through the league?
I feel like that's going to be my main role for sure because I feel like getting past the first defender isn't really hard for me. It's more just the playmaking. So it's so many options on the team with Rudy and then shooters, Jaden McDaniels, a lot of players on the team. So it's easier to play make with a bunch of players that can play basketball. So really just making the right pass and making the right reads and practicing it for sure.
What do you think has been the biggest learning curve for you since making the jump here and playing with the Wolves?
I would say just learning to play with so many good players and just knowing that, like, I got to find them first and, like, play off of what I have from them. So really just making myself not the first option at all, second option, just looking for the best players on my team and then playing off what is given to me. So really just learning when to take shots and when to play make.
Kind of a similar question, but whether it was summer league or just workouts here and everything, what's the most helpful thing you've learned thus far that you can incorporate into your game?
Basketball-wise or mentally?
Either way.
I would say really just, like, not taking every day of practice so, like, to the heart. Obviously going hard every day, but when you go hard at it, it's hard not to take it because taking it to the heart because you're doing it your hardest. So really just, like, being calm and understanding that every day, even when it's not a win, is 1% getting better. So really just staying level-headed.
Rob, you mentioned needing to add strength. Were you able to add some strength this summer? What are the challenges when it comes to your body type needing to add strength?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I definitely been lifting every day. We've been in the gym working every day before practice. So Javar been helping me for sure. They've been working with me because it's definitely hard for me, but definitely been able to add some strength for sure.
Rob, so you talked about some of the veterans you have on your team. What are some of the questions that you've had for those guys as you progress through training camp?
I would say a couple of them are just like, what was their mindset coming in their rookie year? What was the hardest things they went through that, like, when it comes to me, I can get through since they've already told me and they went through. And really just, like, finding out things from players that they already did this stuff. So really just asking them what I can do to help the team as best as I can and finding out ways in each player and how they would like me to help the team so I know how to help them more.